Today we are going to be planting bulbs for a colorful springtime, but we are doing in a rather unusual way. It's an experiment. So what we have to work today is a big pot like this. Those are the ones I have that I think will accommodate the bulbs that I have. I'm gonna get, but I don't want to give in all my surprises, so there are some secrets in here. Oh, where are the bulbs? I'm gonna get the bulbs. I didn't get it. Okay, so I'm a designer, so I got all the designy things. To my defense, I also got the soil, but I forgot the bulb. It's for me. The designy things are really the most important. So I bought these bulbs, these colorful tulips, and for the past decade I have been planting tulips everywhere in the front yard, also here on the side of the garden. Like I said in the last video, I showed you the place. The thing is with those placements is that we have voles, we have rabbits, they eat the bulbs. So I'm trying something different. I'm gonna raise and protect those bulbs. See how I protect the trees against the voles? I put a fence of this height and they don't get in the tree. So I thought I'm gonna put the bulbs in pots that are high enough, and this is they are either too small. I think that the vole might yet jump into it. I don't know. They're quite wise and tricky. So with this, I'm pretty sure on the safe side. Look at all the height I have. I don't believe they can fly into it. So even when the tulips start showing up very beautiful, they might look and want it, but won't be able to get at it. That's my hope. We will have to see that come springtime. So this is the large tulip, marvelous, colorful. And then I thought I'd put a nice display of tall bulbs in the middle of this vase because it is big enough. And in the outside, I'm gonna have a smaller, more delicate border. Sounds good? Feels good? No, it's magpies. And I thought it was geese. Geese, we stop everything to film the geese, but the magpies, I don't care if they don't come back. They are not welcome. Yeah, go away, never to come back. I guess a few of them is necessary for the ecosystem, but there are too many. So I'm gonna fill this container with some things. For example, I don't throw away my leaves because they're super useful. Right now I'm gonna use a first layer here of these leaves. This is a huge pot, okay? And whatever is living there I'm pretty sure they'll like that. Then I'll have much more leaves coming into this pile because not all the trees have lost their leaves. The maple, the cherry. So I can use them. Okay, so now I have this bin where I collect extra soil from house plants and things like that. And I think this is excellent soil because it has, the remains of house plants and things like that. And it's a sort of a house mulch from the house plants and then inside too. There is not a lot of nutrition in there. So let's mix this with the compost soil from the city. We're throwing that in. It's not too heavy. Because this pot is rather large. Geese. Maravilha! Soil from the city. I'm gonna free soil, everything free is good. I'm gonna put a little bit of water, right? Not soaking, but we're gonna wet, and this stuff really resists getting wet. So kind of mix. Go again. It will do better when I mix some of these, right? Now we have a big strip from here to there. We do want to leave what the package says here, to leave on top 4 inches. If we are on the soil, the bulbs will want to spread, naturalize, but here is basically a one-time display in this pot. When they finish blooming, I'm gonna uproot them into those stripes over there and see if they come back anytime. There'll be rabbit food. Wet a little bit, and then this was here. It's easier. Is it? So we forgot the scissors, but I have these here. And, almost as good. Okay, so we put the bulbs pointy side up, and this flat side is where the roots are gonna come, and this pointy side is where the leaves are gonna come, so you want them up. So you're gonna put them really close together because they don't need the space to spread or naturalize anything. It's a one-time display for next year. Probably it's easier to do that and then to reorganize them. Yeah, I like that. It's gonna be very nice, colorful display. And I have seen, it's a Claus Dalby. He does this beautiful displays in his front porch. It is really dense, and I'm going for something like that. It's also in a cold climate. Okay, so the center is gonna be taller, and the sides we're gonna have this. Looks like a winning combination. Could be better with scissors, but at this point, you guys know that I don't like to garden earlier, and that we are plagued with early evening, with evening in the middle of the afternoon. So we have a little bit of light, yeah. I'm not gonna go there get the scissors using this clipper. So now around it I'll put the smaller ones. It sounds to me like a good idea. We're gonna see coming April if they do well or if they got too much shade from the border. And I'll finish off with my home soil, the soil from the indoor plants. Now we want to leave a little bit of a border so that we can water it. Ah, that was perfect. And we leave this so when we water it doesn't top it over. This is good. And now we're gonna wet, and we don't want too much. It's important that we have a hole underneath this big pot. like I said when I was planting tomatoes in a small pot, like if you have cacti or if you have small plants in small pots, you can do without the hole. But whenever the pot is getting bigger, you don't want a huge amount of water sitting there. So in pots that are more than this height, you want really to have good holes. And even then, see, it takes a while to drain this. So you certainly don't want a huge pot like this without any draining holes. It drained well here, and so we are gonna go to the fun part, because for many months, all the whole winter and all that fall, we don't know how much time it's gonna be fall. 5 years ago, this garden was under the snow at this point. 5 years ago, there was up to here of snow, and now we are like, so we don't know how much time these poor things are gonna be there. And we have this as a potscape. Look at that. Not interesting at all. That's boring. And we wanna have fun, so let's have fun with some decorations. Yes, I love that. So I brought some goodies from around the house. They were in the garden. I like to go to the thrift shops and get some trinkets like this. This stands by itself in there, and we have a decoration already. I have this old birdhouse. I think it's nice as a garden decoration or as a potscape. And then I have this all from the dollar store, believe me or not. Sometimes you find things at the dollar store that you can't believe your eyes. I was in the garden center looking at the fairy decorations. They are very expensive. And I thought, oh, they're cute, but I'm not really going to, you know, spend all this money in garden decorations. And I have a lot from the thrift store. And I was in the dollar store, and I found this complete set, which it's, if not the same, could be the same, or very similar to what I had in the garden center. So this, for you in Brazil, this is the original perfume from Boticário. Then I always take it with me wherever I go. And look at that. Isn't that a wonderful decoration? And that is a table from the dollar store. It's not very, it's very boring. And it will disappear here, right? Where's the table? We cannot see it. So I have this from the thrift store, which is these things to hang your purse from the table, like that. And it has a motif from Paris. And I bought it at the thrift store for a couple of cents. Just look at that. Now we have a table that if it stands in there, it's gonna be seen. And this is also from the dollar store. We're gonna throw in some leaves. Yeah, so let's put them in an intermediate station. We don't know how much is use. It'll be it. Ah, this is looking lovely. Okay. Then you can have some Halloweenish decor. Que muito físico. to put this Halloween decors, and then the side with the batteries we put behind our the fairy house. Yeah, behind the fairy house we have our batteries, and soon enough you're gonna be able to see because it's getting darker, but not yet. And then I also have here underneath I buried my fairy lights. This was inside of a jar in the house, and it's gonna be tricky or not. No. So again, we put our battery behind the bird house or fairy house. And then this is gonna be awesome here. You can put underneath these pumpkins. We can have on top of these here. Yes. So just have fun and play with it. I think they don't need to be perfect. It's fairy lights, and there is a fairy over there. She's not. She's used to fairy landscape. Yeah, and this guy will stay here looking at it. So, how do you like it? I went in to get this because I really like it. I really like it, and I think it's nice in here. We have so much material. Let's cover this round ends here, making sure we don't put our most beautiful leaf right in there. And they're gonna be even more Halloween-y coming from under there. You know what? Some light coming from inside would be great. And then, perhaps we wanna do this. Oh yes. And then, I don't wanna blind you guys, but I'm gonna experiment throwing this into that opening. We are all gonna see if it works or not. There we go. I'm gonna turn it on. Yikes. And then, yes, it does. And I have a small hand. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like so that I know that you liked it. Leave a comment. I answer to every comment. And subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay well and ciao. Where's my fairy? Oh! Ciao. Fairy is very delicate. I'm happy I put this in here so that they'll be protected. I don't step on them or trip on them.